Hey, it's James, Father's Rights and Resources, hashtag how I got custody. You've got to check out my bio link or my flow page, which has all of my links in one convenient spot. Let me show you here. This is my flow page. It's like a link tree. I guess a link tree is more popular, but you've got to visit this. Now, this has, I'm going to skim through it real quick and I'll explain different stuff. But look, this has my contact information, website, a sample of a lawsuit I'm doing. I'm just going to skim through it. It has all these different links. It has links to free resources and then stuff in different states that you guys could be using. I get people all the time telling me they never even looked at this stuff, and I talk about it all the time. So let me show you how to find it. And if you're on Instagram, so if you're on my Instagram, you see the link in my bio like most people have that has all their detailed information. Click that link and boom, you're on my flow page, okay? That's on Instagram. So when you're on TikTok, there's the link in my bio on TikTok. And then it gives you a warning. I don't know why it gives you that warning. I don't know. TikTok sucks in some ways. Boom, we're on my flow page for Father's Rights and Resources, okay? And then on my YouTube channel, now I'm on a phone, so it's going to look different than whatever. So you look at any video, and then you go in the description, and boom, there's my flow page, the first link that you see. And you click on that link, and it should pop up. And boom, you're on my flow page. Okay, now let's take a look at this here. People ask me in the comments, it's insane. They ask me in the comments, hey, I need your help. Reach out to me, help me. Like, nobody calls a doctor or dentist up and says, help me, and then hangs up the phone. You call them, you give them your information, you look for a time and day where you can go in. Here's my contact information right here. And then you could press that button and then make a call immediately. Press that and text me, or press that and email me. It's very simple. This is why nobody has any excuse about not being able to get a hold of me. If you're honestly, if you're in a custody battle and you can't just click with your finger a couple of times and find me, you're a hopeless cause, and you're screwed because either you're too shiftless and lazy, or you don't care enough to put a little bit of effort into finding this stuff out. This is way easier than it was when I started out. I had to look for help in the phone book, and then I had to call around. All this stuff is at the touch of a button. You could figure out whether you need to talk to somebody or not without even contacting them at first and looking at their bio and looking at their information. So let me get back to this. So here's my website. If you click on my website there, hopefully I can get back here real easily. If you click on my website, now my website isn't that great. I'm pretty pissed at what happened here, and so the way it was made up. But there's some convenient stuff like see proof of James's wins in court, and there's my winning court orders. Okay, and that might take a minute to pop up, but my how-to videos, my winning documents, packets of my winning documents in my store. But then there's a link on here that also tells you my story. I'm trying to look at this through my other phone. About James. So in case anybody wants to know about my story, I tell a little bit of my story, my family court experience, what happened in my own case, more details of my personal court battles and experience. I think I have pictures in here. A guardian ad litem tries to sabotage my case. There's the guardian ad litem exposing that little psychotic witch. Here's the perverted psychotic weirdo toupee wearing white trash version of Herman Munster opposing attorney that I dealt with. And I don't know how much information I got in here. I haven't looked at this in a while. So I tell you a little bit about my story. People who want to read my story, it's on there. So anyway, let me get back out. So that's my website, which, my flow page and the links there are actually, my flow page and my links there. This thing right here, it really is actually better than my website. So here's my lawsuit against the ex-girlfriend. If you click on that, it shows you this in a Word document that you can download. And if you were thinking about suing somebody, you can look at my there's my contact information too, if you ever stumble across that. But here's a sample of a lawsuit. People ask me, well, how do I sue somebody, and how did you do it, and stuff like that. There's a sample right there of a lawsuit that I'm doing, suing her for thousands of dollars to get my money back. And then I'm showing people how they can see my lawsuit online, where it's at. So I'm giving you a little bit of information. This is like, you got all kinds of stuff at the touch of a button here to see all kinds of stuff you're not going to get anywhere else. And then I have an Instagram video where I talk about what I'm talking about. So here's my lawsuit against X. And the reason why I have this on here is because everybody talks about, oh, these narcissists, they're so evil and they just destroy people's lives. And the profile of a narcissist is out there, and what narcissists do and how they do it and how they manipulate and play people, and they got no human empathy. And then we say, okay, let's just cut them off, and that's the best way, that's the best revenge, or the best way you deal with it. Bullcrap. If there's a sex offender that moves your neighborhood, you put signs up everywhere and pass out flyers and warn everybody. If Bernie Madoff rips off people and destroys their lives and financially rapes them, which is what these narcissists do, suck you dry, suck the life out of you, take you for your money, play damsel in distress. Bernie Madoff, who had a Ponzi scheme and stole money from elderly people and they destroyed their retirement, he's going to jail. Or schemes like GoFundMes and things like that. Those things, we want to warn everybody about that stuff so they don't get ripped off. Why don't we warn people about narcissists? They're just going to move on to the next victim. I'm letting other people know about this chick. I'm suing her. I got a protection order against her. She's claiming I'm destroying her life. Well, you run around destroying people's lives, you're reaping what you sowed. Psychotic evil witch. Anyway, I don't play that bullcrap, letting people go and move on to the next victim. And then at the same time, the people who do all these narcissist videos and Instagram pages on narcissism, they say, let it go, cut them loose and all this other stuff. But all they do is talk all day long about the superpowers of these narcissists and how they're like Darth Vader and rule over the universe. I'm sick and tired of it. Like, it was fascinating to see the profile of a narcissist, how just point by point, they all do the same stuff. They're sociopaths. They got the same mentality and people overuse narcissism. It's more than just being selfish. It's a predatory stalking and manipulating of people, and it's a satanic thing, in my opinion. And it's a Jezebel thing if you're a woman doing it. And you suck the life out of somebody and destroy them, and somebody actually cares about you. You totally play them, use them, and spit them out. And in this case, this chick demanded money from me, threatened me because she was traumatized, because I found out and exposed her to other people. And now she's worried about her network of prostitution with all these other guys. She dated 5 to 20 guys at the same time, getting money from them. So now she's being exposed. And then she talked major crap to me afterward, and after I was done with her and cut her off. And then she talked major crap about how horrible I was, how I sucked, and how we were never together. There was all this vicious stuff, cussing me out, talking crazy to me after I was done with her. And then I cut her off. And then she comes begging, running to me, begging for money and all that kind of stuff. And she's like, well, I thought you were a friend. Like, you totally betrayed me for a year, and I just found out. And then you said that I'm a sensitive bitch because you like somebody else and I just want to control you. All this psychotic, crazy, insane stuff. And now she's whining and crying and just told the judge, F you in court, because the judge wouldn't buy her bullcrap. So anyway, I don't play that stuff. So I'm holding people accountable. So I'm showing you guys how to do that. So there's my lawsuit. And then here's my store. Now, I not only have a store here, I have a video explaining the store so you guys can save money, and you don't even have to have a consult with me. You can figure this stuff out on your own. But if you don't want to waste time going through all this stuff and taking your own time, you can get a consult with me. If somebody's going to give you a shortcut to give you a remedy and give you help, if somebody's going to give you a shortcut and a remedy, especially to your life with your kid and to help you rescue your life with your kid, then It's going to cost you money. I get all kinds of people who just ask me one or two quickie questions. How do I get ready for a trial? Hey, I got a restraining order. How do I deal with that? You think I could give you a one-sentence text answer to that? Some of you guys are your own worst enemy because there's no common sense that comes with that. Okay? It makes no sense that you're in the court system and you think that you can answer, and you think you can ask a question and get a quickie answer on, go look at a law library and all the books in a law library. You can't get a quickie answer on how do I manage all this stuff and put it all together. I was like, okay, if I'm trying to start a business, you think I can just call somebody? I could just call somebody, Bill Gates or somebody, and say, hey, how do I start a business? Can you just answer me real quick? Come on now, use some freaking common sense. You're not going to get, well, I know some people are doing that intentionally. They're trying to milk me for a free consultation. You have to pay to get somebody's expert insight and to save yourself days, weeks, months, or years of figuring this stuff out. If I would have had somebody like me in my case, it wouldn't have lasted 7 months. It would have lasted about 2.5 months probably. Okay, so my store, but that'll give you a link to my store where you can get winning court documents that worked for me and packets of winning documents. Here's a video explaining my store on my YouTube channel. Here's my winning court orders. Here's my actual parenting plan. You shouldn't believe what I say just because I say it. Look, there's me and my baby's mom, Sedaris Wright. And then, I got my daughter's name blocked out. Obviously, I don't want. And then you could scroll down and you could see at the bottom, there's my signature, James Christensen, pro se. I represented myself. There's a psychotic witch, evil guardian ad litem, who is an attorney, Megan O'Brien Stanley. And there's the mother's attorney, Mark Libas, who had 17 years experience. And he signed on behalf of the mother who didn't appear. So there's 1, 2, 3 people outnumbering me who are against me to 1 representing myself. And there's the commissioner in court. I had to push to get this settlement agreement finalized because the mother was fighting me on that. And so let's see if I can, the fastest way to get out of this. Okay, let me get back in here. So there's proofs of my wins. I've won. I've got the mother found in contempt. I got a judge, the biggest, baddest judge in all of the greater Seattle area, the biggest county in the entire upper left corner of the United States. I got him reversed in the Court of Appeals. I have another Court of Appeals win. Here's a transcript of my first temporary order. I got 5 days a week. And here's a judge, actually it's a commissioner, who blasts the guardian ad litem and praises me for my work. Now, that was a short period of time. I did have an attorney, but I wrote all the paperwork, and the judge praised me. Here's how to pay and donate. Thank you to the one person who donated a few bucks to me in the past 14 years of doing this stuff and being online. There's all my social media stuff. Okay, so here's the biggest one right here. All dads must see and read. Why do you think I say that? Why do you think I say that? All dads must see and read. Because I'm serious about this stuff. I'm not playing around. When I say stuff, I mean it. Here is Troxel versus Granville, the leading constitutional law case. Okay? Bam. People ask me, what the heck is that? I don't know what that is. Well, here's a link to it on my flow page. Scientific paper that kids need both parents. This should be an exhibit in your paperwork when you're going for full custody or 50-50. Here's the journal, London Journal of Primary Care. And in here they talk about all the growing scientific evidence of kids needing both parents. I would download this and print it out and make it an exhibit to my paperwork. This is stuff I didn't have in my own case, and I won. I'm sitting here giving you guys free game, and people aren't even looking at this. So here's a scientific paper on how young kids need a 50-50 shared orders. This thing is 44 pages long, and then look at the very end of it. Scroll down to the very end. Maybe I should have done this on my computer so I could do it faster. But I wanted to show you guys, because most people are on their phone, I wanted to show you on a phone how easy it is to access and find this stuff. But you want to download this on your computer if you're typing stuff up. Look at this. See this? It says appendix. Appendix. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are people with PhDs, okay? This is a list of people who approve of this paper. There's 110 PhDs who are professors or psychologists who approve of this paper that talks about and concludes that kids need both parents. Why would you not use this in your court case? Because you're ignorant and you don't know, and you're too lazy and shiftless to get some free game that I'm giving you. This is stuff that I've accumulated over the years. I didn't find this until a couple years ago. I didn't find this till like 4 or 5 years ago. These stats have been out there. You could actually Google them yourself, but I put it in one convenient location. Statistics, fathers matter. Here's all the statistics on. And see, I downloaded all these pictures and turned them into one PDF because this picture with that fact looks better. Like if you just read that, involved dads improve their children's overall emotional well-being. Okay, that's great. If somebody reads that, they're going to miss it. But look, if you have a picture of a dad and daughter there, that adds to it. Children involved are less likely to be mistreated. And I put all this stuff together. And actually, I printed out in a PDF. And I have it in, I think I have it on my motion packet for temporary orders. So if you look at this, and then, so these are scientific papers that you should have. Exhibit 1, Exhibit 2, Exhibit 3. Read this case. Talks about your constitutional rights. Here's a TED Talk on YouTube that actually this woman lawyer taught. That's just for your own personal entertainment. And here's an online book, 438 pages with a bunch of great quotes. You might find some good stuff in there. Just read it at your leisure, maybe a few pages a day throughout your custody battle. And then here's this link to an argument about false abuse claims that's on YouTube. Or not an argument, but where they talk about in this documentary about false abuse claims and how people lie. Here's a law professor or an attorney talking about how people make up lies. Okay. Somewhere in here. Okay, this lady is a Harvard law professor. Look at that. Law professor, Harvard. She's saying it's so easy to accuse somebody of domestic violence. Why wouldn't you go in here and watch this and then quote this lady and say, women abuse the restraining order system all the time, and here goes another sad case of it. This is free information for you to use. I'm giving it to you for free. And then I went out of my way to put links for your own state. If you're in California, here's 4 links that help you. The evidence code and breaking it down with commentary. Contempt information. So many people don't even use contempt motions. Abuse of the process, tort case law, when somebody abuses the process against you. Here's Colorado, Connecticut. There's some resources there if you happen to have something in your state. If you're in Washington, I give you all kinds of basic fundamental stuff that you need for contempt. The best Supreme Court case on custody for dad. How to look up case law in Washington for free. The Lexis search tool that Washington has. And then here's a PDF that I have in Washington where I take the law and I cite it and highlighted it so you don't have to spend 3 days reading all the law. I just give you a couple of the RCWs that are important, and it makes it super easy. This is stuff I learned on my own without any help that I had to condense myself. So, a whole bunch of free game, free help, free resources, all in my Instagram bio, my TikTok bio, and in under every YouTube video, my flow page, which has all those resources all in one. At the very least, a section that says must see for dads. You guys must see that and must take advantage of that and must use that. If you don't, you're missing out on your case. You can't just walk into court and tell the truth and you win because you tell the truth. There's a whole bunch of people in prison who told the truth. That doesn't win. It's how you work the system, overwhelmingly influence the court, tell the court what the real deal is, unbrainwash the court from their previous thinking. Instead of whining and crying the court system sucks and not arguing the right way and walking out after not arguing, and you're the next person that went in with a loser argument and lost and you're complaining about the system. There's free resources here. You've got to take advantage of this.